YouTube, what's happening, man? It's your boy Cartier, man. I'm back at y'all with another video, man. I got something different going today, man. Today, we gonna talk about semen retention, man. And I'm about to come with some heat from my perspective, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, the title is Semen Retention, Return of the Gods. So, what do I mean by Return of the Gods? So, Return of the Gods is essentially like semen retention is one of the gateways to men returning to their divine place in society, their divine order. You feel what I'm saying? Because like I say, the elites, the people that control the world do not want, you know what I'm saying, the average Joe, the average man, you know what I'm saying, to awaken their divine power, you know what I'm saying, to understand how their body work, to understand how to channel that power and to, you know, create their highest reality. So that's what I mean by return of the gods, literally, because semen retention is ultimately gonna lead to you, you know what I'm saying, being aware that you the god of your reality, man. You able to manifest and create whatever you want if you able to channel and use your God-given energy, your essence, your divine seed, your spark to be able to do so, man. You literally become a god over your reality. Because that's all you are anyway, God. People looking for God, you know what I'm saying, outside of themselves, man, but you got it within. But without further ado, this ain't no beginner semen retention video, you know what I'm saying? This is my first video, but it's not really, like I said, I'll break it down later if people need to break down what it is. But yeah, so semen retention, return of the gods. All right, so first thing we're gonna get into is the fact that semen retention ain't new. It ain't something that just came around yesterday. A lot of y'all think that it's new, but it's not. Semen retention is actually a super ancient practice, you know what I'm saying? But I know y'all heard of the saying that it's nothing new under the sun. Like, everything that was once around is now coming back around, because we entered the age of Aquarius, which is the age of knowledge and information. So that is the reason why a lot of ancient practices, a lot of ancient knowledge is coming back around, man. It's coming back to the forefront, because it's a lot of people that think, man, semen retention is a new thing. No, it's not new. It's ancient. Semen retention been around more. Semen retention been around longer than we've been on this on the continent of North America. You feel me? The ancients practiced this. They knew more about it than we do in terms of how to transmute energy and things of that nature. So yeah, y'all that think this some new shit, you know what I'm saying, that science then can't figure out or something, bro. It's ancient, bro. Semen retention is actually an esoteric practice, bro. But that's the first thing, bro. And the reason why, you know what I'm saying, science is saying that like ejaculating 3-4 times a day is normal is because they want weaker men. They know the effects on your psychology and your biology when you hold your energy in. It's your divine spark. It's literally the battery to your masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So they tell you that it's perfectly healthy to release 3-4 times a day, but you do not feel as charged up and as masculine, and you don't have as much fire as you will normally have if you learn to transmute that energy, you know what I'm saying, and shoot it up your spine or to circulate it through your body. So I would say that's the first thing, man. Like, really understanding that this is an ancient practice. Like, this is what the Egyptians used to do. You know what I'm saying? It ties into sacred sexuality, man. It's the battery to your masculinity. So that's the big thing, bro. It's an ancient practice. It's not something that is new. You know what I'm saying? Everything, there's nothing new under the sun, bro. The things that we discovering, it's still discoveries from thousands of years ago that we ain't able to wrap our heads around in modern day. Because people think we more advanced than we was back in the day. You know what I'm saying? What are we? You feel what I'm saying? We don't even know how they built the pyramids yet. Niggas are still on the internet debating about that. You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to argue with you. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so we gonna get into my little diagram, bro, but I'm gonna break it down a little bit, man. But this is the average man. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, this is the average man. I should have put the hands down because, you know what I'm saying, he ain't happy. All his energy is concentrated into his lower nature, which is your lower, you know what I'm saying, the lower dantian, your root chakra, your sacral chakra. That is where your sexual energy is stored naturally. You know what I'm saying? It does not go past those two chakras. It don't go past the lower body. That is why, you know what I'm saying, you are always shooting it out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna make it too descriptive. Y'all wanna keep it. But that's why you learn to excrete that energy that way. But let's say you retain that energy for 3 to 6 months. What's gonna start to happen is, for one, it's gonna build up more. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna build up. So you're gonna have more energy. You're gonna feel, you know what I'm saying, feel it start to get pent up. And usually what you gonna wanna do is release. But what you don't, that's what you, of course, is trying to avoid. That's why you have to learn to circulate and transmute that energy, because if you don't, it's gonna stay stuck down there and eventually it's gonna come out one way or another. But let's say you go 3 to 6 months, like I say, that you have more energy down there. You have to learn to circulate that energy. How do you circulate that energy? Exercise, creative work, manifestation, meditation. That's how you disperse that energy. Cold showers, you know what I'm saying? Being active. Like I said, you can't just sit on the couch, which is a lot of people that talk about semen retention, that talk about all this shit. I ain't here for the mundane to explain how you do it. It's enough videos of them. I'm on something different, you feel what I'm saying? But if you are able to get past 3 to 6 months, 90 days, you know what I'm saying, and you able to circulate that energy, what's gonna start to happen is you are going to start to power up on these folks. You dig what I'm talking about? If you can see my boy, he started having aura. You dig what I'm talking about? So he starts to have aura, and it's backwards on the video, but fuck it. But yeah, he starts to have an aura. After you reach 3 to 6 months, what basically happens, and you're able to circulate that energy, which you can circulate that energy for those of you that don't know, through meditation, through the microcosmic orbit. Like I say, exercise, you know what I'm saying, and learning energy work so you can circulate that energy. Because if you don't circulate that energy, it's gonna get stuck down there and it's gonna come out through a wet dream, or, you know what I'm saying, however it happened. But that is what happened. You essentially power up and level up in your life. Your aura starts to get bigger. Your electromagnetic field starts to get bigger. So you're able to attract what you want in life. You're able to attract things to you. That's why they say women attraction, all that goofy ass shit. Women attraction, things in your life seem to just go your way. It's because your aura got bigger. You start to become like a magnet to the things that you want. And the longer you go, the bigger and more energy you begin to harness. So literally, it's almost like you having superpowers, but it's an energetic thing. The longer you go, the more energy and the bigger this thing starts to get. But most men, it never escapes this part right here. Your genitals, your dick. You always shooting it out. So that energy don't never build up. And as it builds up, it shoots up your spine. And eventually what's going to happen is it's going to activate your third eye, your pineal gland. You know what I'm saying? It's going to shoot up your spine. What that starts to happen within 6 months. It turns into a little serpent and it slithers up your spine. What some people call it a Kundalini awakening, but that's essentially what eventually is going to happen if you continue on your journey of semen retention. basically making you the god of your reality. This is not what they want in society. They don't want powerful masculine men that are tapped in with the Most High, that's tapped in with their divine masculine and their power. You know what I'm saying? They won't be able to control you if you are able to, you know what I'm saying, control your own reality. You able to manipulate reality and manifest anything that you want. You able to stop injustice. You able to have more power, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's why in society they be like, men's testosterone is getting lower every year. You know what I'm saying? Men just ain't as masculine as they was no more. We don't have, you know what I'm saying? The reason for that, I mean, it's a lot of stuff going on, like hormones in the water and the food and all that. But a lot of that is because in ancient times, men didn't release the way that they do today. Because you got to think about it. Everything in this world is in divine order. We one of the only animals that, you know what I'm saying, procreate 365 days a year. Most animals on the planet, they have sex one time a year. And when is that? During spring. The rest of the time, the male animals, they don't just be releasing like that. You feel what I'm saying? They make babies once a year. And that's because they need all of their energy. They need all of their testosterone. You feel what I'm saying? To, you know what I'm saying, be able to survive and be, you know what I'm saying, the baddest they can be. You know what I'm saying? Be the strongest they can be, you know? So keep that in mind. But yeah, this is an ancient practice, like warriors, you know what I'm saying, UFC fighters, everybody know boxers, you know what I'm saying, 30 days to a few months before a fight, they don't release. But that's just on a physical, mundane level. Like I said, I'm getting into more of the spiritual aspect of it too. Of course, you're going to get bigger. Of course, you're going to get stronger. You know what I'm saying? Your voice get deeper, all that. You're going to attract women, you know what I'm saying, all of that stuff. But that's just basic physical stuff. That's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? After months to years into this thing, you're going to start to have those spiritual benefits. Something you think about will manifest, will manifest just like that. You feel what I'm saying? Even as far as like pimps, you know what I'm saying? People be like, how can a pimp have all these women? A lot of pimps are aware of semen retention and stuff like that. They don't release their seed, you know what I'm saying? They have control over their lower desires and stuff like that. But that's just part of the ism. That's part of the game. We can get into that too. But yeah, man, that's the first thing, man, is that semen retention is not something that's new, man. Modern day science will try to tell you and paint certain rhetorics. But like I say, who is in control of our history books, our science books? It's stuff that you will learn that ain't taught in the history books or that's not taught in science. But does that make it incorrect? You know what I'm saying? Like I say, science is also a religion. But yeah, so that's the first thing, man. Semen is ancient. Semen retention is ancient. The next thing we're going to get into, you know what I'm saying, is what I call cultivation of the God tree. Now, this is one of my, well, not a philosophy, but this is something that, you know what I'm saying, I thought of. So if you hear another YouTuber that's talking about semen retention, talking about a God tree, you better know they got it from motherfucking Ye, and they better give me my credit because I don't play, you dig? But anyway, I'm just bullshitting, but we gonna get into the God tree. But yeah, so after, you know what I'm saying, you done cultivated that energy and it then went up your spine and activated your third eye and, you know what I'm saying, your aura, and you got the magnetism. That energy just keeps building the longer you keep it in. And there's things that can happen that can and will happen the longer you go. You feel what I'm saying? You start to cultivate what I call is the God tree. The God tree is simply your spiritual power. It's your energy. That life force just keeps building. The more that life force builds, there's people that start to develop spiritual powers, you know what I'm saying? Telepathy, astral travel, you know what I'm saying? Telekinesis, all this crazy shit that seems like it's not real is actually real. Like I say, most men are spiritually weak. Women are more spiritual than men. Like I say, men rule over the physical. Women most of the time rule over the spiritual realm. They're more closer and more tapped in with the spiritual realm. How men develop their spiritual power is through semen retention. You have to hold your seed to do so. And just like manifestation, manifestation and bringing things into your reality is 10 times easier when you're holding your seed, just spiritually. But you start to cultivate what I call the God tree, which, like I say, my little tree gonna be my little tree. It look like a damn hand, but that's what we gonna call our God tree. But yeah, you start to build and cultivate your God tree. Now, what is your God tree? Your God tree is essentially a store of all of that extra life force energy. You know what I'm saying? So the more this tree builds, the more powerful you get. You know what I'm saying? Spiritually. And like I say, this is your energy rising up your spine, activating that third eye. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, that's why a lot of monks and a lot of spiritual people in India and China and all these places, they understand these practices. That's why they have spiritual powers. Like, it's even like a tribe in India or something like that. They have spiritual powers. There's some of them that can, they say can teleport and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying, with they spiritual system, or they don't allow them to ever leave India. That's how powerful they are. There are people that superly, I know this sounds crazy, but it's people that's really powerful in the world that has developed these spiritual powers. And it sounds crazy to, you know what I'm saying, Western society and places, and to people like you and me, but this stuff is actually real. But these are people that have done this for years. It's people that's monks and stuff that's a lifetime celibate. They've never released. So you can imagine what level they energy, what level they God tree is on. So the more you build this, you can manifest at the snap of a dime. You can think of something, and within a few days, it comes into your reality. Like I say, you basically become a God on earth. You become your higher self. It's natural. You become your best self. But the God tree is just a store of all that energy as it, like I say, as it rolls up through the spine. Your aura is built to the maximum capacity. You begin to store that energy, and it turns into spiritual energy. Ojas, chi, you know what I'm saying? All these different words that they use for life force. That's what it turns into. But yeah, you start to cultivate the God tree. Now I can get into in a different video how to cultivate the God tree, what, like I say, but that's essentially what that becomes. You start to store that energy and build that God tree. And the more you build it, like I say, you can, like I say, it takes years though. I'm not saying like this some shit you can do in 6 months. It's people that dedicated their whole life to this shit, and they develop those spiritual gifts and stuff like that. Telepathy, astral travel, being able to, you know what I'm saying, hear people's thoughts, seeing auras, all that mystical shit. But, you know what I'm saying, like I say, even just like, because I know a lot of niggas, you want you to talk about women attract, when I get on semen retention, all the women be looking at me, man, fuck all that weak ass shit, bro. That cool, but man, it's more to life than that, bro. But yes, of course, man, you able to, you know what I'm saying, get women easier, man. You able to talk to women easier, man. You more confident, you more masculine, you feel what I'm saying? You got a little bit more pep in your step, man. You got a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more aura. You got a little more smoothness to your tone, you dig? But I will say this, bro. If you lame, semen retention ain't gonna unlame you. It's gonna help you, you know what I'm saying, if you have the desire, you know what I'm saying. Actually, yes, it will unlame you. Because semen retention is only gonna make you more of your real self, who you supposed to be. Because if you constantly releasing, you're a shell of yourself. You're not what God designed you to be. Because you're not full of life force. You're not full of your essence, your energy. But yeah, my next thing is gonna be return of divine masculine. So that's all this is leading to. Like I say, I forgot what year we entered into the age of Aquarius, but the age of Aquarius, you know what I'm saying, symbolizes a time of the return of ancient knowledge where nothing is hidden. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason, another reason why AI and technology is running rampant. It's all a sign of the times. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can be hidden in this time. That's why all this ancient knowledge is coming out. Just like they found the power conductor under the pyramid or whatever it is, stuff like that. But That's all it is, bro, is it's divine timing. It's a return of the divine masculine, the divine feminine. It's the reason why all this knowledge is coming back. It's a reason why a lot of guys are talking about semen retention and getting on this and learning about this knowledge now. Is it because there's a shift in the poles? It's time for things to become balanced again. So it's a return of the divine masculine. That's all this is signaling. But that's all it's signaling, man. So we returning back to our divine order. That's all it is, man. Who we are meant to be on this earth. You know what I'm saying? How we supposed to lead and rule and protect, and all of that is coming back. Like I say, it may not look like, you know what I'm saying, the past and ancient times, but history don't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, ultimately, bro, what semen retention is going to do is make you the god of your reality. That should be your goal with semen retention. On a lower level, a lot of y'all is doing it to get women, man. That shouldn't be the game. You dig what I'm saying? You should aim to be the god of your reality. Women come with it. You feel what I'm saying? Women come with you being the best, your best version of yourself, but that shouldn't even be your focus. You should be focused on your purpose, what you feel like God sent you, what you know God sent you here for, what you here to do, what mission you able to accomplish. I don't know a single man that's on their purpose that don't got any woman, that don't got the woman that they want, that's not having shit, you know what I'm saying, having the money, the cars, whatever they want, because they in a divine purpose. So once you, that's actually how you know you in your divine purpose. You get everything that you want. You know what I'm saying? You have riches and, you know what I'm saying, abundance bestowed upon you because you doing what you came here to do. You did what I'm saying? So yeah, that's ultimate. What should be your ultimate goal with semen retention, whether it's spiritual enlightenment, finding your purpose, you know what I'm saying, becoming the god of your reality, man, and you know what I'm saying, raining upon greatness upon the earth. You dig? But yeah, man, I'm not gonna tell you to stop releasing your seed, but I would tell you it would be in great benefit of you, your bloodline, your family, everybody around you, if you just take the step to discipline yourself and become your best version, man. Because your seed, I don't even like saying seed, bro. Your life force, bro. Because some of the other goddamn, I ain't going to get into that. But yeah, that's how you bring forth life, bro. That's the most powerful energy source that you have, sexual energy. Your sexual energy brings another human into existence. That is extremely powerful. So when you hold that within your body, you hold that within your frame, it enriches you. It gives you more life. It gives you more energy. It gives you more abundance. And you can use that energy to create, manifest, bring down from the heavens, man. Bring down from the heavens, the 5D, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want it to reality, man. It's 10 times easier to bring stuff, to get what you want on a physical level, on a spiritual level, when you holding that seed. Like I say, think of it like a battery / magnet. When you got your battery online, when you got your magnet, bruh, life just go easier. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes smooth. It seems like every day and everything just go your motherfucking way. You did what I'm saying? That's all it is, bro. It's spiritual, bro. Don't let nobody tell you that it's just a physical thing, bro. Like you just holding in a knot. Like, I gotta let it go. Like, yeah, that's just the physical aspect of it, bro. This shit's spiritual, bro. Everything about you gets better. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, if you don't know, your semen is your cerebral spinal fluid. That comes from your spine and your brain. If you are draining that fluid off of your brain, think about how much of an impact that is on your body, your mind, and your spirit. You get dumber. Because they be like, post-nut clarity. Because I used to have brain fog like a motherfucker. Like I say, the moment I started practicing this in like 2019, 2018, like I said, I used to have bad brain fog and I never could figure out why. Bad anxiety. I could never figure out why. I went 3 days and went away that quick. That's how drained I was. You feel me? Like 3 days, bruh. But yeah, man, I'm out here going on a rant now. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all got Ye out here ranting, bro. But I need y'all niggas to shake right, bro. It's time for us to become the best, our best version, bro. There's too many of my brothers, my bros, man, my young niggas out here struggling, trying to figure this shit out, man. I'm just letting you stop releasing, bro. Leave that girl alone, boy. And well, I ain't gonna say leave that girl alone, because women are wonderful. But you gotta know, you know what I'm saying, how to deal with your energy first, you know what I'm saying? So you can tear the walls down, retain your seed. Not everybody happy, you dig what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how you bring forth life, because they be like, well, a lot of them be like, bro, I just can't do it, bro. It's because you have to use that energy. So that's how you manifest and bring forth life. Like I said, if you're not bringing forth life in a physical sense, if you're not having a baby or whatever it is, then you manifest. You bring fruits into reality. You know what I'm saying? So I think I might do a second part to this video, man. But as long as I just want you to know, man, you're going to have a realization. You the God of your reality. You can have whatever you want in this life, boy. It's your boy Cartier, man. Like I say, we got too much player shit to do. I need y'all to stay down for the crown, man. Like I say, man, stay on the grind till it's your time, man. Cartier, man, y'all boys have a good day, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate you if you watch the video, man. I'm out. I'm chillin' with some high rollers, sippin' on that drink, I chase it with the blue soda. See you niggas drop my style, acting like I ain't no